going to try a new colony. I'm going to do a few things I've never done before on this colony. Nothing too crazy. No mods or anything. This is vanilla RimWorld. I'm going to go with the crash landed scenario. I like do a few things I've never done before on this colony. Nothing too crazy. No mods or anything. This is alright. We'll get rid of that echo. That should help a lot. As I say, no mods or anything. I'm going to do crash landed. I've never done Rich Explorer or Lost Tribe, but I want to stick with crash landed because there are some other changes that I'm going to make. The highest I've ever played at before is some challenge. I'm going to increase that to rough for this playthrough, and I'm going to do permadeath mode. We'll use Cassandra Classic. I like permadeath. I like the idea that, okay, when everybody dies, there's no cheating, there's no going back on it. You move on to your next colony. So we've got a random seed here. I'm going to leave this all as the default. Normal rainfall, normal temperature, 30% globe coverage is fine. I'll generate that world. Now, here's another thing that I've never done before that I'm going to do. I'm going to select a random site. I've only ever played in what the tutorial recommends, which is temperate forest and flat. So if this comes up with something that's too different from that, if I get ice sheet or if I get desert or something like that, odds are good this will be a short playthrough. I'm going to select a random site. What did I got tundra. Where is it? I got tundra right there. Growing period is 20 days. That's a lot shorter than I'm accustomed to. I usually pick a location, and that's one of the main criteria I use. I look for the longest growing period I can get. We have sandstone, marble, and limestone. That's unfortunate. I like granite a lot. Mostly frozen plains bear almost no trees and little vegetation. A few small animals, large herds of migratory grazers, and their predators. Okay, so there should be plenty of animals, it sounds like. Snow makes it extremely slow to travel in the winter. I've never had to deal with snow clearing, so that'll be new. Now, I like to be super picky with my people. I like to have at least someone with passion for every one of the skills so that I can, I have people to assign to those. No major health issues. I don't like too many incapabilities. So let me just look over the default here. Oh, this guy has asthma. In my most recent playthrough, I had somebody with asthma. It wasn't great. It wasn't terrible, but it wasn't great. Incapable. Both of these are incapable of intellectual and artistic. So these three people would be completely incapable of intellectual work. I'm not okay with that. Trigger happy, prostophobe, industrious. Chemical interest. That is a trait that I don't want to deal with. So I'm gonna randomize that guy first. Yeah, no, I don't want somebody who's got all these problems. That is a lot of passion, though. That's a lot of different skills that she would be really good at. I don't want an addiction. This one has no health issues, but she's a pyromaniac, she's depressive, and she's incapable of 4 categories. She doesn't have much passion. Now, stab scar, trigger happy, psychically dull. I'm really not liking a lot of the options that are coming up. Chemical interest, next. Not too many skills. Let's try turning over some of the other people and see what we can get. This guy is not incapable of anything. He's a teetotaler, an optimist, and psychically dull. He has passion for shooting and crafting. So his passions are weak, but everything else about him seems decent. Let's try and get fewer incapabilities. Trigger happy, too smart, prostophobe. incapable of nothing. Maybe I'll focus on that this time instead, because we're gonna be recruiting people along the way, and maybe they'll have passions. So maybe I focus just on making sure we don't have any incapabilities or health issues to begin with, or unacceptable traits. Lots of incapabilities. This one's incapable of none. I like that. Lots of different passions. That's also good. She has a son that's already in this group. She's psychically deaf, nervous, and depressive. Ooh, nervous and depressive is a bad combination, but other than that, I like her a lot. So I think I'm gonna stick with her, even though she's likely to have mental breaks a lot. We'll continue on with this group. Generating map. Okay. We are not on pause. Let's let everybody land. Pop out. Okay, so this is a little bit different than I'm used to, but not too bad. Ooh, marsh. I've never seen marsh before. Birch trees. I've also never seen birch trees. Now, what I usually like to do... Oh, buffalo. What I usually like to do is find a large patch of rich soil to found my colony near, but none of these patches are all that large. The challenges of the tundra, I guess. We landed on the 2nd of summer. Hmm. We brought a fair bit of wood with us. There is not a lot of wood on the map. I guess I'll be planting wood on this playthrough. I'm kind of liking this area for building. Maybe what I'll do is I will adopt this limestone wall as part of my colony. Protect, orders, claim all the things. Okay, now I've got a wall. That should make it a little bit easier for me to work here. I'm gonna unforbid everything that I can get my hands on. Unforbid, unforbid, unforbid. Okay, now let's take a look at armaments. We brought some armaments with us. I'm gonna look at my characters, my colonists, character tab. There we go. Shooting 7, but double passion for melee. Okay. Nothing. And passion for shooting. Alright. Stone has passion for shooting, so he gets the survival rifle. The person with nothing gets the pistol. The person with double passion for melee gets the plasteel knife. Easy enough. Now, as soon as that's done, I want to get them working on their first building. So before we unpause, I'm going to do a little bit of architecting. And let's see. Structure, wall. That is 12 exactly. I want to make this 13, 14, so that the inside is 12. Make our 14 by 14 building. And I think I want a door about there. Thought about putting it through the limestone, but not super keen on that. Okay, so actually no, I am going to do that. I am going to do that. So I'll build a copy of that, and then put the door through here, because I'm always going to want people to go out that way into the area where we're growing things, right, into our rich soil around here. But what I'm going to want to do is I'm going to want to build the bedrooms up off of the sides of this. So let me just do a little bit of planning to make sure that that's going to work out the way I think it's going to work. I've decided over my last few playthroughs that I like 5 by 5 bedrooms. I don't think that's going to work out very well with the layout that I have right now. Let's see. It's not perfect, but it's not terrible either. I may want to pull that wall in a little just to... Yeah, I think that's what I'll do. So I'm going to cancel that row. And I'm going to build copies of that all the way across there. This is going to be... Probably it's going to turn into the rec room. And then I'm going to build the bedrooms off of that, like that. And then a bedroom here. There. And then another bedroom there. And just like I pulled in that other wall, I'm going to pull in this wall too. So cancel that. And then I'll lay out more bedrooms here. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to select all of the bedroom areas. I have them laid out. I know where they want to be. I'm going to forbid them so that we just get people building our base area. And what I want to do is, what is this? Steel. Ooh, steel. On my other games, I'm having trouble keeping enough steel, so I'm very happy to see that there. It'll be gone soon enough, but it'll help me when I'm starting out. I'm going to do a stockpile zone that... Do we want to cover the whole thing? I don't know that we want to cover the whole thing. Leave a 2x2 walkway around the outside that's not part of the stockpile. That sounds good. And are we ready? Are we ready? I think we're almost ready. Oh, found some more resources that I forgot to unforbid. Scattered near the players. Okay. Everybody's gonna go and grab the... Oh! Oh, my pet is a warg! I've never seen a warg before either. That's exciting. So let's see. These things, I'm going to need to set up a dumping stockpile for... Eventually, I'm not going to want it too close, but temporarily, I'll just set it up on the other side of this. 7 by 7. That'll be okay for now. I look at my work tab. I do like manual priorities, so we're going to do that. Everybody should firefight. Oh. I did not realize that right click goes one way and left click goes the other way. That's cool. Okay, so we're going to bring these down to 1. Usually leave the rest of those at 3. We've got at least one person on each thing. Usually I like to have one person smith, one person tailor, and one person craft, but in this case, not enough people. That looks reasonable. That looks reasonable. And then we'll just count on being able to recruit people to help with some of the stuff that we're not very good at. I do generally like to play a sort of a friendly colony that we recruit everybody that we can. We capture people rather than kill them. We don't butcher people. We don't harvest organs. We don't do any of that cannibalistic, psychopathic stuff that you see a lot. It's RimWorld, but there are limits. Um, so that's good. People are building things. It's still 9 in the morning. That's not bad. There's raspberry bushes nearby. That's good, even though it's tundra. We're going to have heating problems. It's summer right now, but it's only 56 degrees. I have a feeling we won't need coolers very much. Oh, you know what? I had a design I wanted to try near my farm. I don't know that I'm going to keep this building. I think I may wind up building a dorm nearby and then having my people rebuild this a little bit. Because I had this idea for a kitchen that's kind of wrapped around by a freezer that's then wrapped around by the farm area. So it seems efficient, right? You do your harvesting in the farms and you bring the results to the kitchen. What kind of ore do we have? Ooh, gold ore. And then it's in the kitchen, which is right next to the cook area. So it seems, everything's lined up right adjacent to where it needs to go next. Got some compacted machinery for components. We've got compacted steel. I'll use that up right quick. Finishing up the room. Let me switch to planning mode. The other thing that I wasn't too keen on about the way that I did this is that we're overlapping some of the rich soil because we had this wall that we used to start our colony. We're building on top of soil that would be better used for growing. So that's not super awesome. Um, Let me see about laying out some new plans. If we do this, that could be the new. Oh, that would be the freezer. Go another 7 out this way, and another 7 out this way. And then so this area, this central 5x5, would be the kitchen. And all 5 of these surrounding it, if I remove the divisions in it, this whole kind of U-shaped area that wraps around it would be the freezer. And then the freezer would open onto the farm, which in this case is not going to wrap around quite so much as it is just kind of bleh, just kind of spewing out the back of the building. But this is right up against where the rich soil begins, so that'll be nice and fertile for when I decide to grow things here. Probably going to want to enclose that. Now what that means is if I want to have a too wide road in between, which is what I usually do, then we actually want to start our building here. So I've actually wasted an awful lot of time and materials on a bad start if I want to do things that way. That's okay. I'm going to let people keep going. It's the first day. What are you doing? You're cloud watching. Are you idle? No, you're not idle. You're just lazy. Okay. People need warm clothes. We need colonist beds. Trigger is set to be a hunter. Okay, Trigger should not be a hunter because Trigger has a knife. We'll add Hippo as a hunter because she has a gun. Alright. Now, we're hauling items. Don't walk through the marsh if you don't have to, guys. It slows you down. Hauling wood. I don't know. Well, how much more is there? How much wood have we got? 93. That's not a lot of wood. Should be enough to finish this, but I don't know that we're going to be building beds off of 93 wood. We can start cutting. Oh, good. They're building roofs. Never seen pine trees before either. Those are awesome. Alright. That's interesting. Oh, moss. Cool. It's listed as 100% grown, but it's not anything you can do anything with. It's not like a raspberry bush where it's selectable. Okay. So stone is finishing up our roof. Despite the fact that we're a little bit low on wood, I think I'm going to ask them to put up a torch lamp to light the place so they can see what they're doing. And at least for the first night, I think we're going to want sleeping spots. I don't think we're going to have beds. I want to see who has the bond with Adrian. Adrian's bond is with Hippo. What I like to do is assign a bed to the person who has a pet, and then build a pet bed next to them. Kind of, I've never actually built animal sleeping boxes or beds. Oh, I see. So, immunity gain and rest, just like with people. Oh, animal sleeping spots don't do that. Well, I don't care that I don't have materials. I don't want to build it. I just want to go click the eye icon and read about it. That is not a helpful message. Just messing around on the settings on my Twitch. There we go. Got that to look the way I wanted it to look. Alright, it's getting late in the day. 5 o'clock. How's our wood situation? 160, not too bad. We're probably going to want to start growing wood soon. Never had to do that before, but it seems like that's going to be the thing to do. So, I'm going to say growing zone. I don't think trees really worry too much about soil fertility. So I'm just going to give them kind of an area. And I'm going to set plant to, what kind of plant should it be? Go with pine trees because they're indigenous. I want something that's going to be hardy to the weather. I don't know if that matters, but it seems like something that's likely to be relevant, although I don't see a stat for it. Fertility requirement 30, fertility sensitivity 50. Okay. So we'll plant some trees there. I hope it's enough. I don't know. Never having done it before. It should be a nice little patch. Oh, it's 70 degrees outside. When did it get warm like that? 73 inside, but it's probably because of my torch lamp. Hauling wood. Everybody, oh, wood and steel. Okay. Just generally bringing my stuff to a place where it's going to be safe. Okay. That is a sandstone wall. That is a steel wall. I'm wondering if that's an ancient danger. Those make me nervous. I have gotten beat up pretty bad by those. So, well, let's see. I'm not really in a position to be... Oh, power. That's something to think about. I don't like using fuel generators because maintaining them is work, and that's time that could be better spent doing something else. Like growing pine trees, apparently. Ironically. I want to grow things here, but I'm worried that it's going to be too cold. But it's summer for now, so there we go. The sooner I get to it, the better. Have them grow, I think, rice here because it's nice and fast. Fertility requirement 50, fertility sensitivity 100, that's good. That's interesting. I don't see anything about temperature. I know that plants do care about the temperature, but they don't want to tell me about it, and I don't know if different plants are affected differently. Hippo is unhappy. Is she the one that's nervous, depressive? Yeah. So that's going to happen a lot. We're going to be used to that. She's always going to be... She's got a permanent negative moodlet, depressive, and her mental break threshold is lower. So, yeah, she's going to break a lot. And I can see that I've been streaming for about half an hour. So I'm going to put a cut here. And we will pick up in a little bit. Maybe I'll just give my people enough time to get to bed. We'll log off when they go to sleep. Oh, come on, Stone. There we go. Good night, everybody.